Shenanigans! Violence! You dirty, rotten skunk!
Now that's what I call wrestling.
I'm not the one who's so far away.
Hey there, sports fans. My name is Kit, and this is Now That's What I Call Wrestling, the good, bad wrestling show that's really all you need to know. We are diving deep into the best, worst wrestling in the history of the planet. And this episode, I need to ask you a very important question, sports fan. Are you ready to once again take the Chicago Challenge? That's right. We're diving deep into Chicago Challenge Wrestling. Bob Loose's own, Bob Loose, every time, run by Bob Loose. That's the promoter in Chicago in the 70s, 80s, part of the 90s probably. I don't know. It's messy. Bob plays it fast and loose. We are hopping into the gorgeous television studios in scenic, insightful, sanctimonious Skokie, Illinois.
Feel the presence of another being in the studio. I feel right now, Pepper.
All right, well, we got to stop right away. You can't show us shit like that and then just plow right through. So we have Bob Loose as the host, and this guy's name is Pepper. And no, that's not one of those pepper things from like fancy restaurants where the guy comes up and he's like, just tell me when. No. According to the Chiron on the screen, according to the title that popped up there, that's a voodoo king, pal. And you might think that Pepper, there's just a lot going on here. He's got the top hat of a magician. He's got the sunglasses of a blues brother.
It's just me, Barbie. I'm not the Blues Brothers.
He has the ruffly shirt of a lounge singer, the white gloves of a criminal from the 17th century, and the cape of same. So we have a lot happening here. And I think really we owe it to the man to find out what he's all about.
I feel that we're not alone, Pepper. I'm serious.
My favorite is the dude in the middle that probably was here for another segment and did not realize he was going to have to sit here for the Voodoo Cane segment. And it's just kind of like trying to smile through it. We can all relate, right? We've all been in this type of situation. We've all been in the type of situation where a probably less than honest wrestling promoter, kind of a shystery type, has a really bad wrestling show and he invites you on because he wants to ask you about your homemade scented candle business, and you have a wonderful, delightful little back and forth interview, and then Pepper comes out with the voodoo cane and the sunglasses, and now you're trapped in the middle of this debate about whether voodoo canes should be allowed in professional wrestling.
Has that ever happened to you?
I am very concerned. You have brought something into pro wrestling that is going to cause a lot of disturbance.
Pepper, not exactly the type of person I would associate with any kind of voodoo curse. Chicago suburbs, like we're talking about like 1988, like Aurora, Illinois area. I'm thinking Pepper. I'm not thinking voodoo. I'm thinking like Domino's driver. I'm thinking like not voodoo warrior. I'm thinking more like maybe like had the high score in Galaga for a good 3 to 4 months at the local arcade. Like that's really kind of the top level I can probably associate this guy with. So this feels like it could be a clip from like a 1990 episode of Jerry Springer of like men who marry inanimate objects.
Now look,
This cane is affecting my show. I don't even know whether I'm going to allow you to bring this cane on my show anymore. A voodoo cane has no place in wrestling.
Now look, hey, you went too far. If that cane don't come on the show, I don't come on the show, Loose.
Hey, Loose, you went too far, okay? If I can't come on the cane, nobody can come on the cane.
On the show, I don't come on the show, Loose. Just because I never hit anybody with it, you dream up all kinds of stories.
Oh my God, what is happening? So I didn't watch this clip before we started, and I didn't realize that it just falls apart. Like, Bob Loose is off camera dying laughing at this idiotic segment.
Anybody with it, you dream up all kinds of stories that there's something wrong with it, that it's possessed. Well, it's not. The only reason I haven't whacked anybody with this thing One simple reason.
Good job, buddy. I like that. Like, are we live? Like, what's happening here? Like, we can't be like, all right, dude. All right. We got that one out of our system. Now let's do the Voodoo Cane segment for serious this time, guys.
I am a gentleman, a true gentleman. I don't have to go around swatting people with my cane. And it's not possessed. I don't care what you feel, what's happening to your mind when I bring this cane. Hey, baby, I'll never... Look, hey, Daddy.
I'm trying real hard to get a beat on Pepper here, and I just can't. We've got the big bad voodoo daddy. He's this like voodoo master with a possessed cane that he uses in his wrestling matches somehow. He's got a shark tooth necklace for some reason, and he just got back from the Outer Banks, and he's really not ready to let it go. It was a good week. He had a great week with the fam, and he's really not ready to stop living those Oceanside vibes. But at the same time, he looks like he's from Peoria, and he talks like he's like, hey, daddy, hey, baby, hold on there, champ, hang on there. He talks like he is the assistant manager of like a jazz club in the 50s.
You better knock it off over there.
Hey.
Now look,
What the fuck is going on? What's happening? Why is this happening? Why was this on television? This is the beauty of local access television, because Bob Luce would pay to have these programs run. This is the stuff you get when there's nobody at the studio being like, we can't air this. This is the gold that you get. Come on. Let's go back. I guess technically YouTube is like basically like the public's access channel for the whole world. So I guess there's never been a better time to be a bad content creator.
Hey, I bet
back
that
up,
cane
Daddy.
can stand by itself.
Back up,
Hey.
Daddy.
The dude in the middle wishes he was dead. He is just like, I thought I was going to sit on some medium quality lawn furniture in this dimly lit studio and just talk about my business. And instead, I'm between two idiots who are ruining a bad pro wrestling segment. Somehow making a bad pro wrestling segment worse by not taking their idiocy seriously.
Hey, I don't point that cane at me. I bet that cane can stand by itself. Hey, I want to say one thing, Manson.
His name's Pepper Manson? His name's Pepper Manson?
I tell you, boy.
More than I can say for you. You
know,
can barely stand for you. There he is, flat on his back. You shot your mouth off, Luce. You shouldn't have done it.
Get off of this show, Manson.
Is that what the cane does? Is the cane possessed by a demon, a voodoo demon that makes everyone break character, makes everyone sweatier than they should be, and lose focus, lose focus. Just saying, go back in time, make it a show. And lose focus and totally ruin the segment. Is that really what the cane does? Based on what we know, yes. Now, it is worth noting that after the incident with Pepper Manson's cane, Bob Luce was never the same. He was changed in some way, and some say possessed, and all we can do is look at the footage.
Hey, the rain right here doesn't make me any difference. You guys deserve what you get.
So just real quick, I guess I can't just hop into this wild shit. So we need a little context. So Bob Luce is now going crazy. He's with Calypso Jim and two more of Sinister Minister's monsters. I don't know their names. We could just assume they're Monster 3 and 4. Or maybe they're prequel monsters. Maybe they're like Monster 0 and -1. That's entirely possible. We have Monster Episode 1 and Episode 2.
Yeah, you go ahead. Listen, they deserve what they get. I tell you. Listen, one thing I want to say is,
the best actual fights end with people not knowing exactly where to go to continue the segment and stay in the light, so they just awkwardly back off of the frame. Most fights you'll see in bars in that way, pretty quick.
wherever the Sinister Minister is, Sinister Minister, violence begets violence. Violence begets violence. You dirty, rotten skunk.
Who screamed a ton?
Shut the fuck up, dog, you fucking skunk.
You shut the fuck up, Mike. I'll kill you.
We're gonna beat your brains out, you dirty, rotten rat! You hear what I say, you dat rat?
Listen, there are some things you can say on television, some things you can't say on television. I don't know that you can say rat on television.
Rat? Rat Fink? Where you at? I hope they pounded your skull so it takes about 29 or 100 stitches.
29 or 100, not a unit of measurement or a range of measurement I've seen in any sort of like analogous situation type explanation, which again speaks to what did the voodoo cane do to Bob Luce? Why does he now have his own cane? Did the cane transfigure itself into that cane so that it would match his outfit? Now he's completely possessed by the voodoo cane. We have to assume, based on the fact that there is a living character from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride behind him, we have to assume that that's what happened. I can actually translate that noise. We have artificial intelligence subtitle software here that can break down grunts and different noises into what the person might have been thinking.
Oh shit, I forgot what was next.
That don't scare me, folks. What the hell do I care about them, huh? Monsters are met. We're gonna get you guys. Whoops.
So, good news. We have a good news, bad news situation here. Let's start with the bad news. Bad news is Bob Luce broke the cane when he smashed it on the ground. Good news, curse is broken. Curse is broken, people. Look at him. You saw him laugh as soon as he broke the cane. He immediately broke character and laughed and ran off the stage. And then we had some awkward moments with Monster Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Insensitive appropriation of other people's cultures in order to play out a pro wrestling storyline that not even the performers themselves can take seriously and ends up being a total disaster.
Oh my God!
Hey, listen, if any of you fans out there, hey, if you wanna, hey, we got the Sinister Trio. That's right, they play and sing. And he's got a card, baby. He's in the position to. But wait a minute, look at this. Here, you see these Hall of Fame T-shirts? You want to get one? Well, here, right up on your screen. The official Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame official T-shirts. Small, medium, large, extra large. Specify kid sizes. Okay? Just like the Monsters wear. $7.50 each, including mailing. Here's where you mail it. Mail in your money if you want to. $7.50. Check your money order. Bob Luce Enterprises, Post Office Box 89. Glenview, Illinois, 600. Keep that up there, Mary, as we go through this. And here it is, the Saints, the Monster song. Go ahead.
Sing to 'em.
Go ahead, bro. When the Monsters go marching in.
You like it? When the monsters go marching in.
Yeah.
When the monsters marching. Lord, I want to be in the arena. When the monsters marching. COVID-19.
COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God.
The wind of God.
On you.